Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time and spending it with us on a busy Thursday afternoon. Most important, we want you to walk away with nuggets, sales ideas, strategies, and things you can take home with you and make some more sales, spread the word, right? And hopefully change your year for the better. So, just a few things that I want to touch on before we jump in. Number one, Foresters, we are officially relaunching. Okay, it's a new look, new brand, new products, new riders, new incentive trip, all the above. And what's so neat about Foresters in today's presentation, and the reason we wanted to bring this up, number one, they announced this incentive trip, okay, which is very reasonable. So it's, and I wanted to mention this because you see a lot of incentive trips with various carriers, and they're 100,000 to qualify, 150, 250, and it looks and sounds great, but for the middle of the road agent, it's very hard to hit those numbers. So this trip offered by Foresters is to a five-star resort in Mexico, and it's 40,000 to qualify, okay, which is I mean, you should be able to hit that with, 8 apps, 10 apps, 20 apps. You're not far off here, and you have until November 30th of this year to qualify. So 40,000 of business paid under Levinson, by the way. So if you're with us now, great. If you're not with us yet, make sure we get you transferred over and or appointed. Very important. Plus, you want to make sure you're leveraging all of our platforms available through Levinson and Foresters. That some of this stuff is exclusive, which I'm going to mention in a second here. So, also recently, AM Best rated A, okay, with Foresters Financial. That's big. Okay, that's in fact, years ago, I remember, I believe they were B plus plus and then A minus, so now A rated by AM Best, which this day and time, that's huge. Also on the no exam products, okay, term and perm, they have a very easy, streamlined e-application process, which we're going to mention on today's presentation. It makes the entire A to Z sales process so simplified. I think you're going to be very impressed with that. Living benefits and Sage, okay, and just keep this in mind. As you know, Levinson and Sage have an exclusive contract, and Foresters is one of our approved carriers. Okay, what does that mean? All Foresters products sold through Levinson get that 1 year free tuition. Okay, for let's say the insured's any blood relative, child, grandchild, niece, nephew, cousin, all the above, and the points could be transferred to another child. Okay, so that is a free add-on. Free add-on doesn't cost you or the client a penny. So I would be marketing this all over. You talk about, social media marketing, YouTube. Hopefully you're putting your little 2-minute videos together and marketing these things all over the place to your prospects. This is something you can talk about. That's the ultimate differentiator, right? Because all of a sudden it's not just life insurance. It's also college planning, college tuition, right? Have 1 year paid for little Johnny or little Shelly. That's a big deal, okay? Just because that client's working with you and you're a Levinson agent. So lots of things you should be leveraging here. Also, our lead programs. We have 2 new programs we're going to talk about. You can literally save from 20 to 30%. We also have the minimums reduced. Okay, so instead of having to order 20 leads and being on the hook, we drop it down to 15 because you're a Levinson agent. So anyway, these are things you need to run with, okay? Also, what I wanted to mention real fast, Foresters, awesome. They have a turnkey platform, right? When you're talking about burial, final expense, okay, this turnkey platform is available to you as a Levinson Foresters agent. And here's what's so neat. You can sit down with a client and talk about a will and trust. Okay, we have all of the documents, the PDFs, to literally allow you to sit down with them and complete, let's say, a final expense plan from A to Z at no extra charge to the consumer. So again, things you should be marketing. It's not just about a final expense policy anymore. Okay, and by the way, I'm just touching the surface here. There's lots and lots of bells and whistles Emery's going to touch on in just a few more minutes. And a few other things too, Andrew. If we can go to the next slide, I'm really, really excited about this. So Insure Me Now Direct, this is the old sell while you sleep we've had for 7-8 years now. Today, it's still the only multi-carrier, multi-product, direct-to-consumer platform where you, the agent, are number one, the agent of record, and you still get paid full commission plus renewals on some of the products on here. So your agent of record, number one, this isn't a referral service, okay? And it's not just your name attached to one term product, right? That's direct to consumer, and then you get a $200 check in the mail because you referred your client to this company, okay? No, that's BS. So this is, think of Amazon, right? And by the way, if you've been with us for a while, you've heard me talk about Insure Me Now Direct. This has been my dream come true for the last 7-8 years now. But here's what's so cool. So today, number one, the platform is free for you, okay? And you can market this all over the place. Number two, right, we now have a feature called Revenue Booster where you can work with P&C agencies, health agencies, banks, wirehouses, financial institutions, where they could market. Let's say we take the platform, right? We co-brand it with their logo, Mortgage USA, right? Their picture, their logo, their phone number. And in the background, it's your platform. So every product sold, you are the AOR, agent of record, and you get paid full commission plus renewals on those products that qualify. And then you can work out some kind of referral fee with that organization. Hopefully you get them licensed, okay? But there's so many options around this. And we have a turnkey platform called Revenue Booster that will do exactly this. It just opens the door. And then once this is set up, it's like flipping an autopilot switch. You're done. You can focus on your day-to-day sales practice and let this thing just run 100 miles an hour on cruise control, okay? Obviously, the more products sold, the more you make, and the more they make, okay? Whoever that health or P&C agency is or real estate company, mortgage company, doesn't make a difference. Now, here's what's awesome, okay? We just added 3 new products to the platform, okay? 2 new Gerber products, okay? And everybody knows the name Gerber. And 1 new SureBridge term product that we are literally testing right now. Annalise has been testing it the last week, and we're going to be launching it in the next week or two, okay? So we're going to have a new Insure Me Now Direct launch webinar where we're bringing all the new carriers and products to life, plus we're adding 5 new products on top of that, 3 new carriers, and one of them is Lloyd's of London. So we're going to have some real unique niche products. And again, all 100% direct to consumer. If you don't have your Insure Me Now Direct site set up, now is the time. Annalise here in the office can help you, okay, from A to Z with your marketing, getting everything uploaded and sent. And literally, you can be off to the races. Today's Thursday by Monday afternoon. Okay, as long as obviously you got to get appointed with these carriers, okay? But it takes probably 48 hours right now once you're set up. So anyway, let us know. We would be more than happy to help you get set up. And again, no charge for you. And you should also be marketing this to downline agents as well, because it works the same way. You get paid an override based on everything sold on the platform. And if you want to take a quick look, and we just updated a lot of the pages here, bottom left corner, that's what the home page looks like. As soon as the client or prospect clicks, it goes to the middle page there. That's your picture, your phone number, your email. The client just clicks, shoots, goes. Right-hand side, that is going to show the client what products are available to them in their state, okay, for their, let's say, age range and face amount that they're requesting. Very, very simple. We made it even easier now. So if you haven't seen this in a while, you got to check it out with these new products. Carriers, we are off to the races. We literally now have everything from A to Z up to 1.5 million issued instantly, okay? Instantly. I mean, literally, your client can go on 2 a.m., run a quote, okay, and they hit click to go forward, fill out the app, get approved in minutes, real time fashion. You wake up in the morning, you're pinged with an approval notice. Okay, commissions are paid within a week or two. You're done. You didn't do anything. Okay, you got to market this platform. Think Amazon, but it's your own Amazon platform, direct to consumer. Okay, we just invested a fortune into this, and hopefully you are leveraging the Levinson technology and resources. I can't stress it enough. Okay, let's keep moving along. By the way, obviously we do our webinar question of the day at the end, which we do every week. But I wanted to say you need to stay on to the end, number one, but pay attention to what we talk about, okay, myself and Emery included, because what we talk about today is going to be one of the questions we're going to ask at the end, where you can win the Fire Tablet 10, the new one, okay? Plus, we have a couple incentives where everyone's a winner, okay? Number one, the first ever app with Levinson incentive, okay? You write the first app ever, life or annuity, you win the new Apple iWatch, okay? That easy. Number two, you go on our Facebook page, okay? Or you can even do a Google review to Levinson and Associates. Write a review, send me the screenshot. You get the new IUL prospecting book. We just came out with the third version, okay? So everybody's a winner. Now, obviously, you got to be active or appointed with at least one company with Levinson, but there's no fees, there's no hidden charge, there's no handcuff contract, okay? None of the small print, as long as you're appointed. Done. Let's keep moving, Andrew. Okay, so speaking of our contest and incentive, I love this, okay? This, and it's not rocket science, right? We did this because we know once you write your first app with Levinson, you're going to be off to the races. Why? Why are we investing basically all of our profit on the first step into your Apple iWatch? Because we know, right, proof is in the pudding, you're going to come back for number 2, 3, 4, and 5 because you're going to love working with our staff, with our systems, with our technology, okay? Best in the industry by far. Not perfect, but best in the industry by far. I say we're 99.9% perfect. And for that small percentage of the time where we're not perfect, okay, you call me or Carrie, we'll jump in and make it right. If there's an error or a mistake that happens with a carrier, we will jump in and make it right and go to bat for our agents, okay? If you win, we win. If you're happy, you come back. It's a win-win-win across the board. So again, write your first app, Apple iWatch. Let's keep moving. Okay, everybody wants to know about leads, commissions, right? First question out of every agent's mouth, and I don't blame you. I would do the same exact thing. You got to make a living, okay? Obviously, we got to help the prospects, these clients, right, that become like a big family. Speaking of family, Life Insurance Awareness Month is around the corner. Bunch of new marketing coming out for September, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Okay, leads, and more leads, okay? You have to be comfortable, okay? If you're generating your own leads, wonderful. Good for you. Kudos. We even have videos that are free. We can co-brand. If you want to run your own ads, I love that stuff. I think it's great, okay? If you want to leverage our platforms, no problem, okay? What we do is we negotiate with these vendors after we've done our due diligence, and we say to the vendors, hey, we're not one agent buying 50 leads or 100 leads. We have 22,000 agents across the country. So what can you do for us, okay? What is the percentage off your retail price that you can lock in just for Levinson agents? So these are negotiated, discounted prices. In some cases, what we've done is, let's say there was a minimum of a 20 lead minimum order for, let's say, final expense. Okay, we got that lower down to 15. So the entry fee is a lot lighter and smaller for you to get in the door and give them a shot. So you should be leveraging these relationships that we have. It's like Costco versus the neighborhood mom and pop supermarket, okay? Bill Levinson's vegetable shop, okay? Obviously, you're going to go to Costco because the pricing is much cheaper. It's bulk discount pricing. Same thing with our leads. Anyway, let's go to the top left-hand corner here. These are the hottest final expense leads out today. Okay, and there's a couple reasons why. And I know I'm on record, so I'm not just going to talk to talk. Okay, everything that I tell you is exactly results that are black and white from our agents. Okay, so I'm repeating our agents' words because we have to have pilot agents use the platforms before we jump in and introduce this to all of our agents. Okay, let's go top left-hand corner once again. Final expense, these are 100% exclusive, okay? Target age range 55 to 85. Now, as you know, our vendor that has the $1 million no exam life leads, they just rolled out the new final expense lead program. And what we did here is we negotiated, number one, down to $25 per lead, minimum order of 15 leads. Best part here, you're that agent out in the field and you say, Bill, when I meet these prospects belly to belly, I make the sale every time. I just got the gift of gab. You know, I should have been in the movies, but I missed my calling. Great. These leads are within 50 miles of your home or office. Okay? That's huge. So yes, of course, we encourage everyone to sell online and sell over the phone. But if you want to meet them at Starbucks, right? It's a nice case, $300-400 a month. Get in the car and make the 30-minute drive. Okay, these are local leads to you. $25, minimum order of 15, and they're all Facebook generated, social media generated. Okay, and this vendor has proven itself over and over and over again to us, not only with the lead quality, but with the service and support. Okay, they are there for us and for you. Okay, via email, they reply same day. And if you have any issues, okay, you let us know, but you should be off to the races. Okay, so again, that's the brand new final expense platform. And then what I would do is use the scholarship program to open the doors. Use the legacy planning kit, okay, to sit down with the client at Starbucks and go over final expense and burial. Most people aren't aware. So anyway, let's keep moving along here. This is a brand new mailer piece we just negotiated. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but there's been a lot of increases on paper fees, on postage. Okay, so what we had to do was regroup, which we did last week, and we came out with a new trifold mailer. Number one is the left side, mortgage protection. Number two is the right side, financial services or annuity leads. Okay, and you can pivot. Like just because you're working, let's say, the mailer program on the left and it's mortgage protection, that doesn't mean it can't turn out to be $1 million IUL sale, okay? Or if you're using the annuity mailer on the right side, okay, maybe that could wind up being a term with return of premium, right, for $700 a month. You have to know how to pivot, right? Ask questions. Let the client do the talking, right? And they're going to tell you what product is best for them. You just need to know enough to be dangerous and have our quotas up on your screen and be ready to go. Strike while it's hot, urgency, right? The same client that was excited on a Thursday afternoon, okay, by Friday at 10 a.m., okay, they're probably on to something else. So you have to be quick. You have to strike. What does that mean? You have our website up on one screen, the e-app up on the other screen, and a quoter up on your phone using the Levinson mobile app. You got to be ready to go on the fly, in person or over the phone, virtual. It doesn't matter, okay? We have all of these tools available for free, okay? And if you're not aware, pick up the phone, call any one of our marketers, and we will help you get comfortable. I promise you that, okay? We even have one-on-one coaching, okay, with some of our remote marketers. That's an option for you as well. There's no fee, okay? Real fast, left-hand side retail price, $700 per thousand. Levinson pays $550 per thousand. Right-hand side, this is the new financial services trifold. Same deal, $550. Typically, annuity mailers or leads are more expensive. Not with Levinson. Same exact deal. You're going to save $150 off the retail price. We're seeing about a little over a 2% return right now on the average with the new system. So these are definitely worth a shot. In fact, Rich out of Jacksonville, okay, just bought 5,000 and he's been off to the races. I know he's listening right now. So, Rich, thanks for number one, participating. Number two, keep us posted on the progress on the new financial services mailer. Let's keep moving along. By the way, I'm almost done here. And then we have Emery that's going to take the wheel from Foresters. He is our national sales rep with Foresters Financial. So real quick, what's new at Levinson? I know I'm talking a lot, but a lot of new things are going on here. And here is the way I look at it, right? And this is the way you should be looking at your own business. And I don't care if you focus on $22 a month term cases or you're like Muthu and you just wrote a $1.32 million annual premium IUL case. Doesn't matter, okay? You need to see what's coming next, right? You need to always have one eye open on today and the left eye open to see what's coming next. How do I pivot? How do I change? How do I leverage technology, right? What are my competitors doing? I should be one step ahead of them. That's the way it goes. If you want to grow, especially in today's time, there's no sitting back. There's no cruise control, okay? The days of the yellow legal pad and the short sleeve business shirt and your tie that stops at your belly button, right? It's over. It's over. This is a new world now, right? We don't want to be Blockbuster. We want to be Netflix. We don't want to be Yellow Cab. We want to be Uber, okay? But we want to do it in the life insurance space, and we want to leverage the technology that's available to us through Levinson because we already spent the money and put in the legwork. So why not utilize what we have to offer, especially with things like Ringy, right? Some of these new, we have a second chance lead, $2 a lead, $2 a lead. What does it mean, second chance? Okay, it means the prospect didn't reply to the agent the first time within 6 months. Okay, so you get the second shot for $2. Okay, I would buy those in bulk and I would put them in the Ringy sifting machine. That's what I call it. Okay, and you're going to see about a 20% return for appointments made. 20% for $2 a lead. I would be all over that. Okay, anyway, enough of my ranting. Top left corner, that is the new Foresters incentive to Mexico. So it's a 5-star resort, $40,000, which is peanuts. Okay, we can all do that. And as you know, November 30th, last day to qualify. Levinson Fast Start, simple. First app ever, Apple iWatch, done. Move on. You got a nice gift now for the grandkids. Okay. A couple other things. I'm not going to hit on everything because I don't want to take any of Emery's time away. We have our annuity sales contest, Margaritaville Cruise. We have our 5% IUL bonus. Let's keep going, 10% with Prosperity. Let's move over to the middle section here. We have a new short-term DI, very niche product available to Levinson agents through a surety. Let's keep moving. Now, let's focus. I love this program. Middle section on the bottom, Pac Life. You talk about non-mid term, okay? They just increased their limit to $3 million. We just had an application come into the office, literally $3 million on a 47-year-old male, $3 million approved in 72 hours, $3 million, no exam, okay? That's unbelievable. And we're not talking about a typical non-med product that costs double, okay? In fact, this came out number one for all term products, approved 72 hours. Okay, that's the new insurance world. Okay, that's Netflix and Uber, right? Compared to the old Yellow Cab and Blockbuster. It's a new world. You got to leverage this stuff. Let's keep moving. Top right-hand corner, Insure Me Now Direct. I just spent over 50 grand of my own money, okay, to add 2 new carriers, over 5 new products. You should be all over this, okay? And were you one of those agents that said, oh, Amazon, what is this thing, 7 to 10 years ago? I'm never going to share my credit card information online, okay? Look what happened today. I know you're an Amazon customer today. Everybody is. Everyone on this call is. You're probably even a Prime member. Things have changed, okay? And consumers have changed. Buying patterns have changed. So you have to change. You have to communicate and sell to your consumers they want to be communicated with. The way that they want to do business is the way you have to provide the quote or the application. Okay? And if you say, Bill, I'm 82 and I've been doing this my whole life and my clients aren't going anywhere, that's probably true. But let me tell you what's going to happen. Soon, your clients are going to start to die off. And your clients are going to refer their kids and their grandchildren to you. And their grandchildren, who are 22 and 23, they don't want to meet you at the living room table at 7:30 p.m. Okay? They want you to text them. They want you to jump on a Zoom call, okay? They want to text you. They want you to email them. It's a different world. Anyway, I get very crazy when it comes to this, but you have to change. That's the bottom line. We have everything to help you with this. Let's keep moving along here. Our new health department is around the corner. This is big. If you're a local agent in South Florida, hopefully we will see you tomorrow because we have a Joe Ross AIG training in South Florida tomorrow, 9 a.m. If you're not registered, let us know. We'll get you set up. Okay, bottom right corner, and I'll end with this, and then Emery's going to take the wheel. What we did is I sat with each department here at Levinson, and we literally handpicked the top 10 questions that come in from agents, okay? And we built a video for each department. We said, okay, new business, great. Marketing, great. Commissions contracting, great. We have the head of the department on the video. We fire away with the questions and the answers to help our agents. It's like a little short updated FAQ section from each department here at Levinson in English and Spanish. Okay, and by the way, if you have downline agents, use this stuff. Send it out. This is going to answer all of your questions, okay? Anyway, we're rolling this out next week on top of our 411 monthly updates video. So again, we have to change too. It's not just me ranting and telling you all to change, okay? You don't have to listen to what I'm saying. Watch what we do. Watch what we do. The proof is in the pudding. We're changing. You need to change. Let's move on. Emery has changed with Forrester's Financial. He's going to take the wheel. Emery, are you there, buddy?
Yes, I am here. Great stuff, Bill.
Thank you for that, Emery.
All right, let's jump right in. And again, thanks to Bill and Carrie and Andrew there at Levinson Associates, a great outfit. The agents on the line today, thank you for your time. You are fortunate to be working with Bill and Carrie and Andrew over there. They're great people. They've been in the industry a long time. They provide you a lot of support. They care about you and they want to see you be successful. We can help you be successful as well. As you can see here, I've got the convention trip flyer up here. So it is open, the prorated that Bill was mentioning about there, the prorated. So it's new producers contracted with Foresters on or after July 1st, 2022, or existing producers who had no production with Foresters between January 1st and June 30th of 2022. As Bill had mentioned, you know, the 40,000 on that. So we'll get the flyer over to Bill and company there, and they can share with you. It's great resort, Four Seasons, Punta Mita. I have never been to that resort. It's near Puerto Vallarta, though, and I've had a friend who lives down there who has been at that resort, and it's just that they love it. They go every year. So great opportunity for you. All right, let's hop over to our PowerPoint here. And, you know, Bill had alluded to some of the features and why would we do business with Foresters. You have all those free member benefits that come with every Foresters policy. As a not-for-profit carrier, our purpose, our goal, our mission, it's really taking good care of your clients, their families, and their communities. And that vision that we have, you know, it's caring, it's unique to the industry. And you as a producer, you will look cool. You'll be unique. You'll highlight yourself as someone who's not just trying to sell a product with writers, but you can share a value story. Value and benefits. You're not talking about price, but value. Super cool feature. Charity benefit provision. So essentially, Foresters we put our money where our mouth is. And the charity benefit provision, it's automatically included on almost all of our policies for no additional cost. And essentially, Foresters pays 101% on every claim. And how that works is your client passes away, we'll pay 100% of the death benefit to the beneficiary, just like we're supposed to. And then on top of that, out of our own pocket, Foresters donates 1%. We'll cut a check to the charity. Maybe it's the American Heart Association, Salvation Army, Goodwill, and we donate the money in the name of the insured. It's a nice way to leave a legacy. It gives those clients the warm fuzzy, hey, I can give back. My brother died of cancer. I can give money to the American Cancer Society. And here's the kicker is when the family goes to file the income tax return for their deceased loved one, the IRS wants their money, right? They can deduct this donation off of the tax bill. So it's a win-win-win situation for everyone. And Bill had mentioned too, we're an A-rated carrier. We've been A-rated for 21 years. It'll be 22 years in a row here soon when the AM Best report comes out. Solid company. We've been around almost 150 years now. We know what we're doing. We're good at what we do. Plenty of money to pay the claims and all those benefits. So the other thing too you don't see on the slide here is Foresters. If you Google us or do an internet search, you don't see a lot of complaints from clients about Foresters as a company or our products. A few things on agents. That's pretty rare, right? If you look up Walmart, Company X, the local gas station, there's always complaints, right? Some are valid, some are not. You don't see that with Foresters, and I think that speaks volumes. We take good care of your clients. You'll never be ashamed to put your client in a Foresters policy. So, and we'll get into this more detail in a moment, but membership. So when your client buys a Foresters policy, they're basically joining a club. We call it membership. And with every policy, you get about 10 or 12 free member benefits. Here's the consumer approved flyer. Brief blurb on each benefit. You see the college scholarships, the free will service, community grants, all that. This is a flyer you can co-brand, post it on social media, email it out to your clients, whatever you want to do with it. And we'll go into those member benefits in just a moment in more detail. Social media. So you see some Spanish here and English. We've got a ton of Spanish marketing materials. If you speak or work with Spanish speaking clients or have downlines, or you want to recruit Spanish speaking agents, I'll show you in a moment. We're probably one of the best carriers for Spanish marketing material. These are examples of our social media pieces. They're free. Go onto the website, download it onto your or upload it onto your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and stir up some business that way as well. Real brief, our product suite and the platforms that you can offer the products on, non-medical up to 400,000. For the term, it's actually 500,000 now on the term non-medical. Whole life, 400,000. Smart UL, competitive fixed UL product up to 400,000. Non-medical. What's unique about Foresters on the non-medical? We're one of the few companies, for most non-medical cases, we do not pull a motor vehicle report. And that's important. All of us were young. I'm older now, but when you're younger and you hot rodding around, you get a few moving violations, you roll through the stop sign. I've seen some clients get declined for that with other carriers. Again, as long as it's not a DUI or criminal type of deal, it's not going to be a big deal with Foresters. Full underwriting, of course, available. Our turnaround time on full underwriting, we're actually better than the industry average. We're right about 21, 22 days. And for full underwriting, medical exam, doctor's records, that's a pretty quick turnaround time. And then over on the right, the simplified issue, plan right, whole life, final expense. We'll go into that in just a moment here. Prepared to accidental death. Only 3 questions on the application. Really solid product. That could use that to bring a client in who maybe had a heart attack last week. He won't qualify for any traditional insurance. Capture him as a client with the accidental death. And then Bright Future Children's Whole Life. I know Bill had mentioned Gerber. Well, on our Children's Whole Life, and we'll show you this in a moment, we go up to 75,000. As far as I know, Gerber and the other carriers on their Children's Whole Life only go up to 50,000. All right, very good. Let's move along here. Again, a quick snapshot of the non-medical. What we ask for, MIB, script check, height and weight, and the application, of course. We do have an accelerated underwriting program. We have a lot to cover, so I won't go too far into detail in this. However, if you have a fully underwritten case, you can note on the agent report or comments section that you feel like this client is eligible for accelerated underwriting. It means we may be able to skip the medical exam and doctor's records. About 30% of fully underwritten cases can be eligible for this from what we're seeing, but I just wanted to give you a quick snapshot that we do have an accelerated underwriting program and a flyer that I'll send over to Bill and company there that he can share with you guys on that. Good stuff. Very good. So plan right. And Bill had mentioned, and he's right, we were known as the final expense company. And it's a great product, a great underwriting, quick turnaround time. We've obviously significantly expanded into other products and demographics, but the plan right's a great workhorse for us. Clients ages 50 to 85, prime candidates for final expense. And, you know, if you're not in the final expense market, you should be. And looks like Bill's got a great setup there to support you on that. You fit this plan right in there, whole life insurance, non-medical. No one's poking them with a needle or trying to collect urine, non-invasive, quick turnaround. It's a great opportunity for you. So real quick, as I had mentioned, whole life insurance, once that contract is issued, we can't increase the premium or cancel the coverage, even if their health changes in the future. That's really reassuring. Older clients, they don't like surprises, right? And they don't want to have a bill coming through or their premium went up 5, 10, 15%. That's not going to happen. Final expenses, funeral, burial, credit card bills that may be left over. I will interject. I was an agent for 4 years. In my experience, the older the client, the better it is you have family members, at least in my experience, and on the sales process, because older folks, you know, they don't understand the technology sometimes. They're intimidated. Maybe they don't know you that well. Having the son or daughter or grandkids, and besides, they're the ones who have to pay the funeral bills, right? So it's going to reinforce the sale for you. 3 underwriting classes: preferred, standard, and basic. Basically, this works just like a normal life insurance policy, quote unquote, except for the basic, the least favorable underwriting class, and that's a graded or modified death benefit. Graded and modified for final expense, it's quite common. And if they pass away from natural causes in the first 2 years as a basic underwriting class, we're going to return the premium plus 10% interest. If they pass away in an accident, it's the full death benefit. 3 added riders included with no additional cost. We've got the terminal illness for preferred and standard. Common carrier accidental death. What is that? Sounds kind of unique, and it is. So that's included automatically on most of our policies for no cost. And what that will do is if your client passes away in an accident on public transportation, they're taking an Uber to work, taking a cab to the airport, United Airlines, Amtrak train, they pass away in an accident on that public carrier, we'll double the death benefit up to a maximum of $300,000. It's a nice selling point, especially, again, you have people more active, traveling a lot. Good piece on that. You can add on the accidental, quote unquote, regular accidental death rider for a small additional cost. It'll pay an additional death benefit for any accident, their own car, they fall off the ladder, you know, some type of construction job, that will pay an additional death benefit. So the application process, couple of points here. Foresters will accept clients who have an I-10 and an approved visa. We have a list of approved visas. If the clients are immigrants, basically ages 18 to 70, I-10 and an approved visa, we can accept them on our other products. Plan right specifically, you do have to have a social number though. I would say the next, probably most important point here, the first 6 questions on the application, which we'll show you right here. Knockout questions. So before you start doing a lot of legwork and quotes and setting appointments and things, make sure the client can get through those first 6 questions for this Plan Right product. Otherwise, if they answer yes to any of these, they're not going to qualify. So save yourself some time on that and get through those first 6 questions. The next step, once you get through the application, looking good, the client likes the numbers and all the free benefits and everything, there is a brief PHI, personal health interview. It's a 3-way phone call with our third-party underwriter, Aptical. Takes about 10 minutes to do. Aptical is not going to throw curveballs at your client, and not going to be new questions. All they will do is review the answers that they gave on the application and ask for details. And you can see here, they're open, 8:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern time during the week, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time on the weekends. So almost 24/7 there. Very good. The next plan we're going to look at is Bright Future Children's Whole Life. And why we have this following the final expense product, well, look at Grandpa. You just sold a final expense plan. They're happy. Get them talking about little Mary or little Johnny, their grandkids. And what grandparent or parent doesn't love talking about their kids or grandkids? Hey, let's run a quick quote on little Susie here and see what she might qualify for. And, grandparents, it makes sense. I want to get my grandchild some whole life insurance. They'll have it the rest of their life. They're locked in. It's a smart financial decision. What's nice about Bright Future Children's Whole Life, grandparents, or legal guardians can purchase this. The grandparents do not need the parents' permission to buy this product specifically. So if you're sitting with grandpa or grandma, they don't need to jump on the phone and ask mom and dad for permission. They can sign up the grandchild. It's whole life insurance, guaranteed coverage to age 121, building up some cash values in there. It's non-participating whole life, so it's not really a cash value focused. It's more of a death benefit focused plan. And we got a couple riders and the charity benefit provision included as well. This is an easy sale for you. You can do Bright Future on the eApp platform. 5 questions on the application. There's no MIB, no prescription check. Super easy. I tell you, it's going to be one of the easiest sales you ever do. And you can do up to 6 kids or grandkids on one application. Each child or grandchild to get their own policy to make it easy for you out in the field can do up to 6 kids on one application. And like I mentioned, no MIB check, no medical, no doctor's records, none of that. Super easy sale for you, especially if you do the eApp platform on that. 15 days to 17 years of age. So if they're 18 or older, you're going to have to get them into one of our other products. And what I mentioned earlier, minimum 5,000, we'll go up to 75,000 on this plan. Grandpa, why not get as much coverage you can on little Johnny? It's affordable. Lock it in now, because inflation, and you figure 10, 20, 30, 40 years down the road, 50,000, 75, let's get them 75,000. And of course, you get a better commission as well as an agent. 2 payment options, 10 pay or pay to age 100. So 10 pay means you pay a higher premium for the first 10 years and then guaranteed fully paid up, no more premium due. We do see grandma and grandpa selecting 10 pay more often than not because they know they won't be around forever. They want to get that policy paid up so little Johnny or little Mary don't have to worry about making premiums in the future. Once they choose a payment option, though, and the policy is issued, they won't be able to change it. Just an important note there. So we've got riders in there, terminal illness, common carrier accidental death, guaranteed insurability rider. It's automatically included for no additional cost. You don't have to think about it, right? You don't got to check a box on the application. Well, why is that important? Well, little Johnny or little Mary may grow up, and we want everyone to be well and be healthy, right? But sometimes that's not always the case. They get diabetes, childhood leukemia, a car accident, they're in a wheelchair, God forbid, those things happen, right? Well, with the guaranteed insurability rider, when little Johnny or little Mary grows up, becomes an adult, they can increase their coverage, no application, no underwriting questions, no exam. Their health status doesn't matter. It's a guaranteed issue. And they can increase at what I call trigger ages or life events. So you see the ages here of little Johnny or little Mary gets married, and they have a baby, or if they just have a baby and they're not married, that's fine too. They adopt a child, they can increase coverage up to $50,000 or the face amount, whichever is less. They can increase up to 6 different times in their lifetime. So if you sell a policy on little Johnny age 15 and then little Johnny gets married at age 18, and it happens, right? He can increase his coverage. 2 years later, he's 20 years old. Little Johnny has his first baby now. He can increase again and so forth up to 6 different times. It's great. And what's cool for you as an agent, you get a full commission on that. Easy sale. Of course, always want to stay in touch with your clients so you can take advantage of those opportunities. Very good. Great stuff there. If you like what I've shown you so far, you are going to love what we've got on Strong Foundation non-medical term. We all know what term insurance is, so don't have to go over that, right? Level death benefit for certain periods of time, no cash values. We've expanded some things on this product over the past year, and one of those is the definition of tobacco use. I'll just sum it up for you here, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone except cigarette smokers are non-tobacco on the Strong Foundation product, term life. So if you have someone that walks into your office smoking a cigar, a pipe, vaping, chewing tobacco, hookahs, marijuana, on this product, they are non-tobacco. Now, I know most of you have been in the industry a while. The difference between tobacco and non-tobacco rates are huge. And the older the client is, the bigger the difference. This is a great opportunity for you to help people get into a better plan, all 3 living benefits if they're standard or better, at a potentially a lower premium. And you can convert to non-smoker rates to our permanent products. What a great deal, right? If you convert after 2 years, that's a full commission for you as well. Huge opportunity here. I get excited, as you can tell, because, it speaks for itself, right? We've also opened up on COPD, so it's okay if they are taking inhalers and medications as long as there's no steroids in those medications or inhalers. And again, as long as they haven't used cigarettes in the last 12 months, it's a non-tobacco rate. Huge. What's also unique about Strong Foundation non-medical term, substandard ratings. We'll go up to a substandard table 12. Remember, we're not asking for doctor's records or doing blood or urine, no medical exam. That's a big deal. Again, folks who may be struggling with their diabetes, we can go up to table 12 on that. And we'll go up to a 10.9 A1C. This is unheard of in the industry. You got folks, I just had a case in Hawaii. The guy went through full underwriting at 2 different carriers. He found out he had diabetes, 9.5 A1C. Just found out he had diabetes, standard non-tobacco with foresters, and he was getting declined everywhere else. So again, an opportunity to help people. Disclaimer here or ask caveat, we have to make sure that they don't have any other diabetes related issues, vision, neuropathy, heart, kidney issues. As long as they're clear on that, we should be able to get a lot of those folks covered. And I think I'd mentioned earlier, we increased the maximum death benefit on this to $500,000, ages 18 to 55. For older folks, ages 56 to 80, maximum $250,000. Also, you'll note the minimum, $50,000. A lot of carriers won't go below $100,000. this is a more consumer-friendly product. They can't afford 100,000. Let's get you a starter policy of 50,000, and we'll work from there. What's also neat about foresters, we'll go up to age 80 on the 10-year term. As far as I know, we're only one of a handful, very few companies who will issue term on anyone who's above age 70 or 75. You don't always see that, but once in a while you get an older client coming in. Maybe they only want term or they can't afford the final expense. Something's better than nothing, right? And they get all the free benefits with that policy as well. Conversion opportunities. Some carriers do not allow partial term conversions. Foresters does. You can shave off parts of that term, convert it to a UL or whole life. Again, no application, no underwriting, no evidence of insurability. Sign a form and that's issued within 48 hours. And again, if it's been enforced for 2 years or longer, that's a full commission for you. All 3 living benefits, chronic, critical, and terminal illness, are included automatically for no additional cost if they're a standard or better. We know the common carrier accidental death there, and then of course a couple of additional riders you can add on for a small additional cost. We have a diabetes calculator, and we know diabetes is prevalent. There's about 38 million people, I believe, give or take, living with diabetes in the United States. 80 million people pre-diabetic in the United States. We got a diabetes calculator here. You can download it on your phone, Forester's mobile quotes app, or you can go to the website, and I'll show you in a moment how to do that. And you just put in height and weight, insulin, how long they've had diabetes, six variables, and it'll show you what that client might qualify for. All right, so moving along here, Smart Universal Life, very competitive fixed universal life. Why is fixed universal life kind of have a more resounding effect with clients potentially right now? Well, the stock market's kind of bouncing around, right? We're not sure what's going to happen in the future. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't think any of us do. But if the stock market does take a dive and stays down for a while, those index and variable universal life plans might have an unpleasant surprise for the client in the future when they get their annual statement. Fixed universal life, not tied directly to the stock market, of course, currently 4.75% annual interest rate. You can sell this on kids. So grandma and grandpa, or mom and dad, they want to get some coverage on those kids or grandkids. We'll go all the way down to 10,000 for the youngsters on that. This is a good cash accumulating product, strong cash values, accumulate tax deferred with the potential for tax advantage distributions in the future. We know about non-medical, full underwriting. Like I mentioned, we're averaging about 3-week turnaround time, preferred plus, preferred, non-tobacco plus, non-tobacco, and then up to table P, which I believe is table 16 on the substandard. So always stay in touch with your clients. Interject here. I was an agent for 4 years. I sold a guy named Roger preferred tobacco term policy. 3 years later, I call him up. I wished him happy Hanukkah or Merry Christmas, whatever. And he's like, Emery, I stopped smoking. Well, Roger, you can apply for a non-tobacco rate. We applied. We got him approved. We cut his premium by 30%. You know what Roger said? He said, Emery, I was good paying that $140 a month. What can you get me for that money you saved me? And I got a new sale out of it. So I know a lot of your experience, but folks who are newer to the industry, stay in touch with your clients. It's the right thing to do, and it can often result in new sales for you. Smart UL offers a level or increasing death benefit. You can switch between the two. And I'll tell you what, we can run quotes. We don't have time today, but we can show you this can work well for mortgage protection. If you've got a client that comes to you and says, Bill, I got a $200,000 mortgage and I need $25,000 of final expense too. Sell them a $225,000 Smart UL. 20 years goes by, the client reduces the face amount down to $25,000, keeps the premium low, and now that product, that $25,000 is in force for the rest of their life. It's very flexible. What happens if the client gets sick and they want to keep that higher death benefit? They can, they need to pay more premium. Long story short, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent. Very flexible. It can work for mortgage protection and other situations. All 3 living benefits are automatically included. Common carrier accidental death, of course, and some additional riders, including children's term rider, guaranteed purchase option you can add on for a small additional cost. Spanish, here's an example of Spanish and English, same flyer, different languages. We have approximately 50 different flyers and brochures in Spanish on our website. And of course, a ton of those in English as well. We can always have Bill and company email those out to you, provide those a great way to stir up business or recruiting. And you're going to recruit a Spanish-speaking agent, take advantage of that. Speaking of taking advantage, Advantage Plus 2 Whole Life, great segue into a nice participating whole life insurance. Works well for kids, cash accumulation, dividends on a non-guaranteed basis, of course. We've averaged about 5%, well, actually over 5% dividends on the last 20 years or so. Really great product, and it's an increasing death benefit. Dividends are buying paid up additions, buying more death benefit and cash value. Let's go ahead and jump over. I want to get to those member benefits. Last product we'll cover, prepared to accidental death. Like I mentioned earlier, really neat product. You do need to have a health license to offer this. It's approved in about 32 states, including Florida. And it's a death benefit for accidental death, right? Pretty self-explanatory there. Only 3 questions on the application. Are you in the military, going off to war? Have you had a license suspension or DUI? Have you ever been diagnosed with terminal illness? And then, of course, if they're a stuntman, probably not going to qualify for this, but a lot of other, construction workers and folks like that can qualify. And like I had mentioned earlier, what if Joe Sixpack walks into your office and says, "Hey, Bill, I had a heart attack 2 weeks ago. Help me." "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're still with us. I can't qualify you for traditional life, but I've got a nice accidental death term that comes with a free will service." Boom, there's your sale. You capture them as a client. And then in a year, you go back and apply for a traditional policy. You got that guy as a client or that gal. All right, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. We've got your term, full medical underwriting. This is our fully underwritten term product. Got all 3 living benefits as well. Same riders as the strong foundation non-medical term. Want to talk real quick, and Bill, I apologize. I know I'm going over a little on time. The free member benefits. It's the icing on the cake. So one of those is the competitive college scholarship. You just sold a final expense to Mr. Rodriguez. Hey, little Johnny or Maria, they can apply for a college scholarship if they're chosen. They'll get up to $2,500 a year for up to 4 years, $10,000 for free money for college based on community service and their current grade point average. Orphan benefit. So if any of you work with families who have younger children, this is a game changer, I believe. And how this works is you sell a policy on at least one of the parents. It's great if you get both covered, but get at least one of the parents covered. God forbid those parents pass away. Maybe there's a car accident, a fire, and now the kids are orphaned. They got to go live with Uncle Bob or Aunt Mary. We pay the full life insurance benefit. And then on top of it, we're going to pay basically child support to the orphans, $900 a month per child till each child turns 18. This is a free benefit. It's not even a rider. It's a benefit that comes with every policy. So if they have 3 kids, they're orphaned, they live in with grandma and grandpa, we're going to pay grandma and grandpa $2,700 a month on top of the life insurance. It's amazing. When each child turns 18, they're not eligible for that orphan benefit any longer. We're going to offer them the orphan college scholarship if they want to go to college full time. As you can see here, that'll be up to $6,000 a year for 4 years for each child. So again, if you have 3 kids, God forbid you and your spouse pass away, your 3 kids almost $75,000 of free money for them to go to college. It's going to be hard to say no. Again, but what's the number one objection? Price. You show them this value, they can't say no to you. They're going to say, where do I sign up? Diabetes. So we showed we're a very friendly company for folks living with diabetes. Remember that client, 9.5 A1C? He's going to go out, he's got to buy a glucometer, testing strips, lancets. He got to buy that stuff every month now. Foresters gives folks who are living with diabetes up to a 33% discount on their equipment they buy every month. They go online, they order it, it gets shipped to their doorstep. They don't have to go to Walgreens or CVS any longer, and they save a bunch of money. And there's our Spanish and English flyer for that diabetes discount. Community grants. Love this one. Let me summarize it for you. Every forester's insured 18 or older can get up to $6,000 a year in reimbursements to feed homeless people, to help homeless vets, special needs kids, cleaning up parks. I know you guys are in Florida, the Southeast, tornadoes, hurricanes comes through, tears up the town. Fill out an application. You can get $2,000 a quarter, up to 3/4 a year, the rest of your life. Help people out, help your community out, free money. It's a reimbursement program. People love to hear this. Again, the value story. And you as an agent, you're highlighting yourself. You know what else Foresters does? We say, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, go out and have fun. Take your kids out, go to the movie, go to Disney World, and it's on Forester's dime, up to $35 per person in the immediate family. You can do this once a quarter for, I believe it's 3/4 a year, and you get together with other families and just go out and have fun. We'll help pay for it. So let's talk about a problem the majority of your clients have. And the problem is they don't have a will. A will is a basic legal document, and people have excuses, right? I can't afford it. I'm a procrastinator. I'm afraid of COVID or monkeypox or whatever is going on out there. Well, we can put an end to the excuses and procrastinating. Why does someone need a will? Peace of mind. Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to be buried? Even if you have a trust, you still got to have a will. The other thing, remember the kids? You and your spouse pass away. Who's going to care for your kids? The will names the legal guardian for your kids. This is important. You don't want your kids going through child protective services and judges and courts. Don't do that to your kids. Offer your clients a free solution with Forester's Law. Sure, comes with every policy, and your client can create the will, power of attorney, healthcare directive, all for free. No attorneys, no fees. No one's trying to sell them anything. And how this works is the client gets their Forester's policy. They get a letter telling them to register on myforesters.com. And you're in your pajamas on a Saturday morning drinking your coffee. I can create my will. This is easy. There are no more excuses, right? And it works like an e-app for a will, basically. Real quick, and then I'll get you back, Bill. I apologize. I wanted to show you the website here. Probably kicked me out, so we'll have to log back in. Want to show you folks real quick. I always suggest that you contact Bill, Carrie, Andrew there at Levinson Associates. They will support you and get you the things you need. But I mentioned Spanish marketing material here. We got stuff you can use for clients. There's a PowerPoint you can use for recruiting. We even have social media pieces in Spanish talking about diabetes, and a lot of flyers and marketing material. And then mobile quotes. You can do it on the website, or like I mentioned it, download it on your cell phone and run quotes right off your cell phone. You're waiting for your next appointment out in a parking lot or something, or you're in a rush running around on the road. You can quote all our products right from that mobile quotes app. So Bill, I'll turn it back over to you and we can open up for any questions or however you'd like to proceed on that.
That was great, Emery. You nailed it. Usually I interrupt at 4 p.m. Eastern, and I decided to let you go because it was great information. I learned a lot from you, so thank you again. I also want to respect everyone's time. We're going to get you out in 2 minutes here. Emery, what we'll do is we had everyone type in questions in the Q&A, so we'll reach back out and get every single question answered. So we appreciate everyone for doing that, participating. So a couple things real fast. I have just 2 or 3 slides, and we'll get you out, like I said, in just a minute or two. How to get started. Everyone's going to get a thank you email tonight before we leave. So if you don't receive it, let us know. It's sitting in your spam folder, or we have your incorrect email address, and we encourage you to call us and give us your correct email. Let's move on to the next slide. So this is just a quick snapshot I wanted to show everyone of 4 resources on demand in real time that you can utilize from our website. Top left corner is the microsite, Final Expense Experience. Everything related to FEX is there. Bottom left corner, everything related to living benefits cheat sheet is there. Top right corner, non-med sales. Again, cheat sheet, e-app info, e-policy delivery, everything is at your fingertips. And then bottom right corner, this is pretty neat. So everything impaired risk or underwriting for, let's say, for someone with diabetes, someone with high cholesterol, blood pressure, we have tools that will help you figure out the health class, premium, best product for each client in real time. So very cool stuff. We even just added, highlighted on the bottom, this is a link. How many times have you heard from clients, hey, what is it that's in my LexisNexis database or my MIB or prescription check? Well, this gives your clients a chance to go in and see everything that the underwriter sees. So everything, again, is very simple for you and the consumer. Okay, next slide. We are getting so many requests from agents saying, I want to hear from other agents. I want to talk to some of your most successful agents. Well, you know, the Bill Levinson Experience podcast has a new episode every single month. And inside, we have interviews for an hour with some of our top performing agents in the country. So check that out when you can. And then the next episode we're launching is going to be just that, one of our top agent interviews. I'm going to pretend I'm you for an hour and pick their brain and basically just find out what's working, what's not, what marketing platform do they love, what lead programs do they use, everything from A to Z. So check that out when you can. And then this is our training calendar. These are upcoming training events, which is what you're on right now. All of this will be included in the thank you email, but just real quick, bottom left and right in blue and pink. Left side is instant underwriting to 3 million term major IUL. We also have a new guest speaker that's joining us on the 1st of September. Then on the right side, this is a big one, utilizing the latest technology to create consistency and get your name out with marketing. So this is all about you and the press and ads and Facebook, all the above. It's basically branding and marketing. September 8th, make sure you're on that webinar. And then we're going to close up here and do our question of the day. And I know I am very late. And again, I apologize, but I hope this was worth it. Make sure you're paying attention right now and your little fingers are on your keyboard and you're ready to answer first and correctly, because I'm going to ask our question of the day. But before I do that, I'm going to talk about our Positive Tuesday quote from 2 days ago. This is the way we market and brand at Levinson. The great ones don't focus on the competition. They make the competition focus on them. Focus on what matters, okay? Very, very important. You have your blinders on. You're going 100 miles an hour. Get creative. Get scrappy. Remember that urgency quote that I spoke about in the beginning, okay? There's no tomorrow. The time is now, today, this second, as soon as we hang up this webinar. Question of the day, whoever answers first wins. Do you remember I was speaking about the Forrester's incentive trip? Okay, the question is, you tell me the minimum amount of premium required and what is the last day you have to qualify. Okay, so you tell me minimum amount of premium to make the 5-star trip, Four Seasons Hotel in Mexico, minimum amount of premium, and the last day to qualify. I said it a few times, and so did Emery. You answer correct, you win. Two-part question, minimum amount of premium, and last day to qualify. Whoever answers first wins. We're going to pick the winner right now. Andrew, who was first and correct?
It is Jeff W. Jeff W.
Jeff W. Congrats. It was 40,000 minimum. November 30th is the final day. Let's all go out. Let's qualify for the trip number one. Let's start selling Foresters. I think we all can agree this fills a niche for every single agent out there. And all of our marketers are here to help you every step of the way. Thank you for hanging in there. Let's have a great Thursday, a great week, great weekend, and most important, great selling. Take care and thanks again.